Listen up, people. Manscaped have done it again. This time, it's the Chairman Pro, giving you a clean, close shave. The Chairman Pro is waterproof. The Chairman Pro has long-lasting battery life. And you use the code FTM20 and you will get 20% off of this product.
What's good, people? We are back. Welcome back to the channel. 12th man is back. Let's talk ball. We've got a little bit of a different panel today. We've got a few more that are joining that a little bit late. Big up to all of you for the raid from Lee Gunham, of course, Lee Judges. Big up to all of you that are here. Big up to Hooks. Big up to Tom jumping in last minute. No Jamie today. Tom is our Liverpool rep, and he's obviously a good lad. He's always on everywhere. If you're not following Tom, make sure you are at Tom Little on all YouTube and social media. We got Halftime Hooks in the building as well. Make sure you are subbed to Halftime Hooks on the way to 5K. And we are going to have some of the other lads joining us very, very soon. Some of them are probably just waking up over in America, bless them. So we'll get them on in a few minutes' time, I am sure. Listen, what a night of football. There was a lot of drama, a lot of talk. And there's today been a lot of Man United fans crying about how Arsenal had turned into Stoke. I don't know what style of football Man United were doing then. If we were Stoke, I don't know what those was. But we did find it hard to break down, so we had to get a secret weapon, and that's Nicholas Yover and set pieces. More talk on that and some of the players that shined. We're going to talk about Liverpool and Newcastle. What an unbelievable game that was at St James's Park. They are the most inconsistent team at the moment, Newcastle. You can lose to West Ham, but beat Arsenal and not lose to Liverpool. It makes absolutely no sense, this league at the moment. We're going to talk about that, the league table, the title. We're going to talk about what it means for moving forwards. We're going to talk about Chelsea and their absolute domination of Southampton last night. And what on earth was Stevens doing thinking you could get away with that on Cucurella? I mean, I know he needs to have a haircut, but please, come on. That's just mad. And we're going to talk a little bit about tonight's games as well. Our Spurs going to do the Spursiest and lose to Bournemouth and then beat Chelsea. Probably, because that's what Spurs will do. Big up to you. Tom, how are you, brother?
I'm good. Would have been better if my goalkeeper knew how to claim a ball in the 90th minute, but hey-ho, it is what it is. You know,
mate,
like
he's
I said,
been so good, though, man. He's been
no,
so good.
I know. He's not the one I've got the biggest gripe with. The £80 million striker up front is who the biggest problem is with at the minute. But like I said to you off stream, it's yesterday's the only game I can remember where I know we didn't deserve to win, and yet I'm fuming we didn't win.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Let's talk about the penalty incident quick. I know we shouldn't start there, but we were just talking about off screen. You said you won the ball. He won the ball. It was Kwanzaa, wasn't it? Was it Kwanzaa?
Yeah.
Go on, talk to me. Go on.
I watched I think it was Amazon who put out the replay of it. Maybe a little bit of bias. It looks to me like he gets a little bit of the ball. I wouldn't class it in my eyes enough. I think he needs to get more of the ball than he gets, but considering the way it goes now, if you get a touch on the ball, you're allowed to do what you want. So I think Quanta just gets a little nick on it, and then I think they said it was thigh to thigh afterwards, so he gets away with it. I mean, if it in the moment, if it had been given, I wouldn't have been shocked, and I doubt it would have been overturned because the touch wasn't that much. But again, it's one of the little nuances of VAR. If it's not a clear and obvious error, but what is a clear and obvious error? Who knows nowadays? Who bloody knows?
I mean, clear and obvious stuff is mad because you look at that clear and obvious error, big up Staffy, and then you've obviously got the Saliba incident at Bournemouth. I mean, it's just a madness for me. This clear and obvious stuff. It matters sometimes, and it matters when it's not. I looked at the Isak situation and thought it was a penalty. I haven't seen the angle you've seen on Twitter. I haven't seen Kwanzaa touch the ball, but some people are saying that he did, and yourself is obviously saying that he did. I just got to be real. I thought it was a quality game of football, and I thought Isak and Gordon were on fire, if I'm honest with you, and I think they deserve a hell of a lot of credit. Hooks, what does this mean? Let's not worry about Arsenal at the moment. Let's stick to Liverpool. Liverpool are a good side, man. Oh, actually, understatement. I think they've been a great side so far. But they drop points. Does it fill you with a little bit of confidence? It's only 7 points now, 9 points off of Manchester City. That's what we got to do, man. Keep chipping away and hope that they drop some more points, man. What did you make of it?
So I just want to before I proceed to be very shameless. I just want to say, Mo Salah is he's on a different planet at the moment, man. Like he's playing out of his socks, man. Like even his goal was what an insane finish. Like do you know what? Yeah, he looks like he wants to win the league this season. Like he genuinely looks like he wants to win the league. And I mean, a lot of Liverpool fans are probably gonna say, "God forbid," but I'm just gonna be praying for it before every single game that Liverpool play. I need him to get a straight red card. I need it. I need him to get a red because he will be the reason, yeah, why we may not win the league. Now, to proceed on to the shamelessness, yeah. This is filling me with a filling me. I'm pretty sure there's a pause there somewhere with a lot of positivity because I knew that Liverpool was going to drop points. I didn't know they was going to drop points this soon. Like I know I predicted a draw in the game, but I only predicted a draw because I was just trying to sprinkle a little bit of judge like onto the fixture, and hey, it worked. It's the first time I've sprinkled judge onto Liverpool and it's worked. Yeah, so I think Arsenal still got to do what Arsenal got to do. We got to go into every game just focusing on our game, and we just got to win and then worry about everybody else's fixtures after we've confirmed the victory in our game. But I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool, to a degree, are like, oh, damn, the gap's already closed down a bit. Because now 7 points is a lot more realistic to catch than 9 points. And, you know, say we go and beat Fulham on the weekend and Liverpool, you know, draw against Everton, or dare I say, lose in the final Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, we're then in 5 points, 4 points. A lot easier to catch, a lot more realistic to catch than 7 and 9 points. So we just got to keep on doing what we're doing. We got to keep plodding along. And I mean, I'm sure we'll get onto it a bit later. And there's a certain somebody on this panel who I don't think he's going to be too happy when we do talk about it. But I just want to big up Isak as well, because Isak's finish was out of this world. What a finish. And those that know, yeah, Arsenal are pretty advanced with Roberto Alabe, the guy who brought Isak to Sociedad. So maybe he will bring Isak back with him again when he joins Arsenal. So hey, who knows? Who knows? But all I know is it was a wonderful game of football. The Newcastle game. I saw parts of it, didn't watch the whole game. But from what I saw, it was pretty much a basketball match. It was like watching NBA. It was like end to end. I can't recall the penalty shout, but I know for 100% fact Van Dijk should have been sent off. So this is where I say a little bit of live.
Come on.
He should have been. He knew
Come on.
He knew what he was doing.
It's like what Saliba done on Harden last year, and all the Arsenal fans raved about it. Just a little shoulder check, let them know they're there. He's never getting the ball. It didn't get out of his hands.
Was it a bit naughty, Tom? Was it a bit naughty?
It's a little bit naughty, but it's not a red card. Not a red.
So it's a red hooks, yeah?
Yeah, man. That's okay. Obviously, it's not punching someone in the face, but like I don't know. To me, it's violent conduct. Definitely,
he just blocked him off.
No, man. You watch it, yeah, and he's like in his face. Move, man.
He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. Look at this.
Yeah, man. Move, man. Like that's violent.
Look at this.
Unprovoked. He didn't have the ball. No, I'm like that. Yeah, like Keller has the. He just decides to just shoulder him to the chin.
Look at this. Look at this. If Saliba done it, it'd be all over Arsenal Twitter. Look at Saliba. Look at the man mountain Saliba is. I know how it goes. Don't worry about that.
Hey, don't shoot me.
I'll tell you what, Dom. Isak yesterday. I had to watch Nunes play for my team yesterday. I'm watching Isak up front and Nunes on the same pitch.
Levels.
Night and day. Oh my God. Like, without Salah, we would have lost that game. Salah deserved to win that game purely off that effort he put in. First half, it was so bad, so off the boil. We let Newcastle get to us. And that can happen. Look, Arsenal lost at Newcastle this season. City drew at Newcastle this season. Chelsea lost at Newcastle this season. It's a ground where a lot of big teams go and drop points. So on the face of it, if I'm going to drop points anywhere, 2 points away at Newcastle isn't the worst. It's not the worst. But we had it in our hands in the 90th minute. It's the one problem with Kelleher. Kelleher has been so good since he's come in, but there has been a couple of times where he goes to claim a ball and then misses it, thinks it's gone, and someone sneaks in around the back. And he hasn't been punished for it yet until now. But it cost us the win yesterday, and I'm not panicking yet. I know it's the whole 7 points is better than 9, this, that, and the other. I'm not panicking yet. If we get through Everton on the weekend with a win, we get to Girona, we can rest a bunch of players there because it's an utterly irrelevant game. And then we can, because we got a Southampton game in the cup as well, we can rest a fair few players there as well. So we just need to get through this little run. As I've been saying on streams and stuff, you had to get these last 2 games were like the end of the really tough run. Everyone was saying it's the next 10. It was the next 12. The next 12 were the really big ones because Everton and Newcastle away, they're tough games for Liverpool. If we get there and if we get through Everton, we win Everton, I'm fine. I'm really fine because we got Fulham after that. Then we got Tottenham away, but I think we can do Tottenham away. You know, they're the team that opens up and lets teams play against them. Got Leicester, then you've got West Ham. Like, we can get through December then at that point. We just need to be a little bit more open with our rotations. I mean, yesterday you put Quansah at right back because Trent couldn't play from the start, and I don't think that was the correct call, personally. Not that he had many options.
Rather see it the other way around, Tom. Like, start Trent, take him off.
No, I wouldn't have done it that way. I do agree with the way he done it because in my head, it's like Trent can only play 90 minutes a week, and he played 60 at City. So if I'm starting him and he gets to 45 and then he goes again, then I've got no Trent for Everton, and I need Trent for Everton because they're a team that's going to sit back deep. I need someone who can put in dangerous deliveries. So I personally would put Gomez at right back and Quansah at centre back. I just felt that was a bit of a part that other parts playing why we struggled a little bit in build up. The midfield was quite poor on the day. Gravenberch probably had his worst game of the season. Again, that Newcastle midfield is strong. Guimaraes, Joe Linton, Tonali, they rough you up, and we just couldn't handle it in the first half. We were improved second half, but if you want to go beat Newcastle away, you can't be giving them half a football on you. You can't be giving them a full 45 minutes, and it should have been more than one in that first half. Gordon missed a one-on-one. They at the post through Jacob Murphy. Like they had a couple of good chances, but like I said, it's Newcastle away. It's a team that have taken a lot of points off top teams this season. I'd take a draw out there, especially with how we played. It's one of them ones where you take your lessons from it, you move on to the derby on the weekend, and like I said, you get through that one on the weekend, Everton. You're a little bit more plain sailing for the rest of the month. It's not as easy as Arsenal's, but it's easier.
I like what you did there, Tom. I like what you did there. Look, I mean, the thing is, people laugh at Everton. I mean, they did absolutely smash Wolves last night, but it's a different game for Liverpool, and it's the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, so Everton are going to want to actually turn up. Problem we've got is if actually we do win our next 2 and Liverpool were to actually do the unthinkable and drop, they've got Tottenham, and Tottenham are going to roll over like they always do when it comes to anything to do with Arsenal. Like they did last season against Man City, they're going to do exactly the same. Oh no, Liverpool, they're in town. That's what's going to happen to Spurs because they're so shameless. But look, I think Liverpool, it was a bit of I was in the stadium and obviously our game was late, right? So I heard that Liverpool were losing and it got to like Liverpool, someone said it was 3-1 Newcastle. I think they scored and it go out VAR or something.
Yeah.
So like, you're joking. It's 3-1. What's happening, man? And then we get the whole Liverpool winning 3-2 now. I thought, yeah, there we go. And at the time, it was 0-0. I was like, here we go. Liverpool are going to potentially drop points and we're not going to win. But obviously, we did win. Staffy, big up to you, my bro. Appreciate you jumping on this early over there. Talk to me about last night, man. Ruben Amorim set up pretty well. I've got to give you credit in the first half. I actually thought Amorim did set up and made it very, very hard for us to break you down. Do you take some positives away from last night? I know you obviously lost to Stoke City, Peace FC. What is it? Mikel Poulis. I had Saeed crying earlier, bless him, because he's not happy that the way we played. So talk to me about last night's game, my bro.
Yeah, they call him the Paella Pulis.
Nah, Paella Pules.
Paella Pulis. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for having him. Big up to everyone here. But
No,
Rums, give it up, bro. I've seen you in the comments trying to get my attention. Give it up, Rums. But no, listen, no, a lot of positives to take from yesterday's game. I've seen a lot of social media battling going on since yesterday, and I'm not like I don't care. I just don't care for Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing a lot of people upset that we lost on set pieces, saying Stoke City. I don't care. I'm not here to talk about Arsenal. They won. They left with the 3 points. That's not what my concern is. I'm looking at my team and looking at what we're doing. And I tweeted yesterday right after the game. I went to a Thai place. It was so cold. I went to a Thai place, got me some soup, got me some shrimp, got me some fried rice, and I had a great night. And I said, guys, eat well because the storm might take a minute. You want to warm up. You want to stay warm during a storm. So that's what I'm doing. I'm eating well, and I'm restocking because I'm staying well and warm during the storm. And yesterday we saw a little bit of that storm. And I'm not gonna lie, if you tell me that going away to one of the toughest grounds this season, in my opinion, it is one of the 2 toughest games we're gonna play this season. So that's already one of them. And yes, we didn't pick up the 3 points, and obviously no one is happy when you don't win the 3 points. But that's just a general rule in general. It's nothing exclusive to this game. The way we lost and the way I seen my team set up yesterday, if you tell me that you're going to go to one of the 2 toughest grounds this season and lose over 2 set pieces, or more specifically corners, to a team that scored the most corners in 2 seasons so far, no one in Europe has more corners than them. The team that's right behind them has 7 less corners less, 7 less corners scored. I'm not really upset about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, I wanted to leave with the points, but I want to leave with the points in every game. But let's be honest, it's never gonna happen. Ruben Amorim set us up well yesterday. For the first 45 minutes, mainly, we nullified Arsenal, and it was not too long ago that we had a certain Eric Ten Hag go to the Emirates when we lost 3-2. Hooks, you remember that game where Lissandro scored and he had that headband on because his head was being whatever. That day, apparently, we that day when we lost 3-2 to Arsenal, yes, the score was a little bit more flattering because it was 3-2. But that day you guys set a record against us. The most touches in the opposition's box in Premier League history. You know, at that time you guys broke a record. So it just shows me how far we've come in 2 years. Is the quality on the pitch good yesterday? No, of course not. But I'm not gonna put that down to the manager. You said it yourself, Potts. You said if you guys you messaged me yesterday and you were like, if you guys stick with Emery, I think you guys can get far with him. And I think it was very evidential yesterday. You could see it. The fact that you could go there and you can nullify a team like Arsenal that scored 13 goals in the last 3 games and look respectable on the pitch, off the ball at least, I'm okay with that. Because I looked at yesterday and it confirmed one more thing to me, is that our issue right now is more on the personnel and not the manager. And I was worried that we would have another manager issue. I was able to look at yesterday's game, probably before the game kicked off, and I saw it and I was like, you know what? I know what the plan is. I can tell what the manager's trying to do. And obviously I seen it on the pitch and it confirmed it more. I couldn't tell you that with Ten Hag. If we had Ten Hag yesterday, I wouldn't know what we were going to do. A lot of people were upset with the 11, but I understood the assignment that he had for this 11. And I understood. I genuinely, I was with my friends yesterday. I was with Griggs, with Omar, guys that I stream with a lot. Most people here from the chat would know them. And I told them, I was like, listen, this is what he's going to do. And I started naming out the subs and at what minute. And I got all of them right except for one. And I was like, because I could tell what he's trying to do. And that's something I can relate to that I didn't relate to with Ten Hag, you know? So yes, as I said, I'm upset not to pick up any points. I was being a little bit hopeful and saying maybe it's a 1-1, you know? But listen, we lost to a better team. Whether it's by corners, whether it's by open play, that is not my issue. If you want my opinion on Arsenal, that's something else. I don't care. I'm here to talk about my team. And what I've seen yesterday, I was relaxed, bro. You guys have known me from YouTube for a while, and I'm very, very vocal when we don't win, and I make it I'm very expressive with it. But I looked at yesterday, and I really not that stressed. I look at it now, and I'm like, if we can set up this way against Arsenal, I'm looking at this next game against Norwich, and I'm like, I keep saying Norwich against Forest, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's 3 points right there. because I'm setting up now a lot better in just 4 games under this manager than I did for about 2 to 2.5 years with the old manager. So yes, man, as I said, upset not to get any points, but really there's a lot of positives to take.
You know,
I mean, look, one of my favorite viewers is, of course, Manchester United fan Z. He's in the chat. He's giving it to Hooks. He's challenged me before. He's actually giving it to Tom here as well. I don't know what this is about, Tom. I don't know if that's something you want to reply to. He wants you to reply. Apparently, stop gaslighting us.
Right. Context for this. I didn't say Newcastle away isn't a hard game. Mo said it's not a hard game for Liverpool, but it is for City and Arsenal. So my point was, it's either a hard game for everyone or it's a hard game for no one. You can't just be City, it's a hard game, but Liverpool, it's easy. Newcastle, obviously a hard game. Hence why they've taken points off the top teams for weeks on end, for years on end now.
I agree. I think it's a really tough game to go, a tough place to go. Z thinks Hooks, you confident for the reverse leg. He thinks that they're going to be winning that game. He can guarantee us that they're going to beat us at Old Trafford. We've also got Brendan in the chat saying, I'm a United fan here. Arsenal won fair and square. The whole talk about corners is a load of BS. And Kyle Riley says, Amorim set up more like Pulis than Arteta. They didn't even look to win the game. I think there's a lot there, man. There's a lot there to talk to.
When are people going to figure out Arsenal's corners, by the way?
Eventually.
No, but there's a solution, isn't there? There's a solution.
You know what's so frustrating, Tom?
You put everyone on the line.
Yeah.
Then it's like
I
a
swear,
wall.
I don't think
just
you're
man
wrong.
mark instead of zonal mark. Just man mark instead of zonal mark.
No, you know why you can't do that, Potts? Because first of all, the Gabriel not being there and them still scoring 2 actually gets me more angry because I was, you know what? No Gabriel today. Maybe we won't concede from a corner. But then fucking Saliba scores with his bum. And it pisses me off even more. But then I'm looking at it yesterday. Generally, they look clueless. And I think there was a lack of preparation from our side on set pieces. We made sure we shut him down on the pitch, but we didn't make sure we shut him down on set pieces. Every time we focus everyone on the near post, you guys go far post. Every time we focus everyone on the far post, you guys go near post. You have Saka who overhits every corner, so it goes to the back post. And then you had Rice. Every corner is within the frame of the goal. So it looked like he's shooting on goal because every time he would cross, it's cleared off the line. It was extremely frustrating. And I saw United fans yesterday giving Onana bad ratings. I'm like, hold on a minute. Onana cleared about 3 or 4 of them corners from about the 14. So that's still a good ratio because that's about a third of them. And I was like, he has to do with giants that are literally right over his line, that every time the ball gets crossed, it's cleared off. Like, what was he meant to do? Like, there's generally nothing he could do. Like, whoever, I heard his name yesterday for the first time, your set piece coach. It's something with a G. I forgot his name.
Nicholas Jova, yeah.
Whoever that guy is, that guy needs a pay rise. Because if you win the league this season, it's going to be down to set pieces. Because we're going to go back and revisit how many times did you not look good on the pitch that day, but you left with the 3 points because of set pieces. This guy alone, I swear, he's almost like a super sub. You know when you have like a 12th man off the pitch, of the bench? This guy is like that. He's literally, in NBA terms, we say the 6th man. He is your 6th man right now because of these tactics. It's absolutely insane. It was one of the most
a pay rise, man.
I've ever seen. Like in the 90 minutes, I wanted to pull my hair out. I'm not gonna lie. Like in the 90 minutes, I was furious because I was.
Mate, what's so good about it though? What's so good about it is they actually start. I don't know if you saw this, Hooks. It was against West Ham that I first saw it for one of the first times, but they have done it before. Is they whisper to each other as if they've got some new plan, and it really, really rattles the opposition. They're fear in their eyes, like, what the hell are they talking about? What are they going to go do? Now, what happens is best is when you score from that. They're like, what? Yeah. What I love about it, though, is like Tom said, or I think it was Staffy, they all sit at the back post, Saka puts it up, but they all go different ways. So it's not like, oh, we know Timber's going to run there soon. Timber might stay and Saliba might now go over there. So now it's like, I need to zonal mark. Do I need to zonal mark? Should I man mark this guy? Like, what the hell do I do? Maybe Tom's right. Maybe you just all stand on the goal line, right?
Exactly. But let the goalie run round his box, go and chase the ball if it's coming in. Everyone else, hands behind your back on the goal line. Tallest guys in the corner, smallest guys in the middle. Guess what? They're not going to go in if there's just a big wall of footballers on the line. You can put it back post, you can put it near post. It'll just hit a person. Either that, or someone from the opposition coaching team should be allowed to man mark Nico Jova every time there's a corner, so he can't get his instructions out. Either or, it's an unfair advantage.
Get in
not
the
feel
way of
advantage.
him. Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's great. Hooks, I don't know what your thoughts are, bro.
I think that it's so beautiful. Like it's just so beautiful. Like it's like I always say, man. Dog was a man's best friend until Arsenal got a dog. Everybody loved trees because they help us stay alive until Arsenal planted one. You know, everybody loves set pieces until we became the best at them. And now it's you're Stoke City this, Paella poo this that. Do you know what I mean? And it's beautiful because I love nothing more than seeing rival fans rattled. I love, you know what? I love this. Rivals tears. You know, I think rivals tears are the most beautiful thing on the planet. And do you know the thing that's actually so good about our corners is I think Sappy's right. You can't man mark on our corners because there's so many players that just move around in the box just before the corner's coming in, that if you man mark, we could actually leave your players in really awkward positions, which then would mean it's easier for us to score from the corner. So you're kind of forced into marking zones in the box. And I mean, just overall, I do think it's a bit like the whole Arsenal only won because of corners is a bit disingenuous, because I'm looking at the Martinelli chance, should have scored that. That's from open play. I'm looking at the Kai Havertz chance that he went near post. He should have scored that. That's from open play. So I do think it's a bit disingenuous that people are saying that, Arsenal could only score from corners. I feel like if we didn't,
your chances opened up after you already were 1-0 ahead. I'll be honest with you. I don't think we would have opened up if you guys didn't score that first corner. Which is fair. That's what the game is. I'm not gonna say.
Would you not admit though, Staffy, that the chances you had, what did they come from?
No, we didn't have chances. That's fine. 100%.
Oh, the Raya save was a quality save from Dijk.
Which one? Yeah, the Delict one. But I'll be honest with you. United didn't do enough to win yesterday. So I have no problem coming here and saying that we didn't deserve to win. I praise some of the things that we did because I'm looking at the bigger picture, which is I'm using building blocks to get to that greater image. But if you want me to be honest about the Arsenal game itself, I don't think we did anything enough. At most, maybe if the corners are going, I would be like, yeah, we deserve to leave with the point. At no point yesterday did I look at this team and did I feel like we deserve to leave with the 3 points at all. I'm just saying is that some of these chances only came in after we were forced to open up a little bit. Because when you really look at it, I thought that the plan was we're going to try to tire you guys out the first half, stay compact, not concede. And in the second half, starting maybe the 60th minute, we're going to start bringing on players that we think we can change the game. So Ahmad was always going to be the first sub for me. I think he looked at it. He's like, if I win today's game, it's going to be because of Ahmad. How do I reserve Ahmad as much as possible for the attack and not have him defend a lot? Because he knows the first 45 minutes, especially in the Emirates, we're going to defend a lot. So he puts on Garnacho, Mount, and Haaland, in my opinion. Then he brings him on. And then if we don't concede, it was the 60-minute mark. I said that yesterday. I was on a watch. I said, if we just get to 1 hour before we concede, I think we're going to see certain changes where now I can start going for the game. The timing of the goal, I think, ruined everything. Because then we brought on Xerxes, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think he wanted to bring on Xerxes. It's not the game for him at all. He brings on Anthony, which I'll be honest, I don't think you don't bring on Anthony if you're not losing as well. So obviously the circumstances of the game change. What I'm praising is that until we conceded that first set piece, I didn't feel like you guys were going to score against us. You generally didn't have anything. Then obviously we had to play a little bit. We made some switches. Odegaard got in his bag. He made some line breaking passes, and you guys did what you had to do. And let's be honest, the second half, you guys were going to always come out a little bit stronger because it's 0-0. You guys looked so flat in the first half, but you're at home. Arteta's going to give him a kick up the ass, and he's like, you know what? We're at home. We need the 3 points. Let's be a little bit more aggressive, you know? So, yeah, you deserve to win. I'm just saying those chances didn't come until late after the changes, after the goals.
Interesting. Look, I agree. I think that we found a way. It wasn't working. Big up to Man United because I think the way they set up made it difficult for us. We couldn't find a way, so we had to go to our secret weapon at the moment, which seems to be set pieces, man. Let's ask. Big up Jacob. Big up Winner Surfer. Absolute legends for coming on. Rival tears, Jacob. Are you hearing this? Pulis corners. I mean, the last few games we weren't playing like Pulis apparently, but now all of a sudden we are again. Like, What's happening here, man?
I just find it funny. First of all, big up everybody, but I find it funny. My man Hooks over here talking about people don't like trees. Bro, I love trees. Thank you. Plant more. Adopt more dogs. In fact, I think Arsenal are now leading the way in how clubs should act towards adopting animals, because Tottenham have a whole foundation about adopting dogs. So good job to Arsenal for that. I wouldn't say anyone's salty about it. And if you're talking to someone salty about it, I don't know, maybe they need to get a dog. But look, I just thought in regards to United versus Arsenal yesterday, United didn't look good, if I'm honest. I don't know, starting with Garnacho, why I don't know why you're doing fireworks for that. But I mean, we beat them 3-0. You can only beat them 2-0, so you can hold that.
You beat Ten Hag 3-0.
Well, it's still the same club.
Thank you.
You're wearing the same. You're wearing the same logo.
Not the same team. Not the same.
You're wearing the same logo.
We also beat you 1-0, so it adds up.
Quite literally a difference.
See, on a set piece, this is where I was going, Hooks. You knew exactly where I was going, but only one. So already Ainge greater than Amorim, but we can move. Look, the game, I thought itself, it was from going from Newcastle, Liverpool to that. I was kind of bored. I'm not going to lie, but I think Arsenal did what they had to do. They were missing some key pieces. If you look at their left side was Zinchenko and Kiwior. That's a pretty scary. The prospect of anyone running against that is pretty is a scary prospect for me. So I would say, from an Arsenal perspective, you got to feel pretty happy, I think, about just getting the job done. It doesn't have to be beautiful, scintillating every time. It's just getting the job done. I think that for me, there was a little hope that United could get something from this match because of Amorim's unpredictability. Like, he's still fresh. We don't really know what. I don't really know what the hell they're trying to do right now with their squad. Like, who is their best 11? I don't know that everyone agrees on that. So for me, I thought that this was a chance that maybe an unpredictability of United and Amorim could make me a little bit more smiley during the week before my match today. But unfortunately, Amorim has failed me. So the first time I need him, he fails me. But hey.
Listen, I mean, we'll talk about Tottenham in a minute, because obviously you've got your game tonight and you've got a big game against Chelsea, which is what I want to move into quickly. Segue. Does anyone actually believe Chelsea come March could be in a title race? Put your hands up if you think that.
March.
Yeah, we're talking like March, April, May. Chelsea still be there.
They'll be there March.
There we go. Like, see, because I'm not putting it up there, but I look, but I think, why am I not? What am I? Because I'm seeing some really good things from Chelsea right now. And I know it's Southampton and they should have beaten them. And I'm not, wow, they beat Southampton. Wow. With 10 men. Wow. But I just like the way they're playing.
That red card was a little silly. I'm gonna be honest. The red card was
crazy.
A little silly.
No, it's just
Crazy.
redemption for what the red card that should have been against you 2 years ago. That's what that was.
Oh, wow. This is actually, I can't believe I've missed that. Jacob thinks it's silly, but then was that because your players do it and get away with it, Jacob? I mean, well, come on, man.
Romero got away with it.
You want my honest answer, or you want my
Honesty.
political
it's all about
answer?
honesty on this channel, man. It's all about honesty. Come on.
That Southampton hair pull, I've seen harder hair pulls in kink play. All right, so that, as far as I'm concerned, was not a hair pull. He did a little like, oh, my finger got caught up in the curls, and like he tried to pull his finger out. To me, I agree. Romero's should have been a red card those 2 years ago, whenever Thomas Tuchel lost his mind. But I don't know that retroactively giving a hair pull on the said player years later necessarily like rectifies what happened, or that's fair to Southampton.
The player that got sent off was already on a yellow anyway. It wasn't like I know he was given a straight red, but he was already on a yellow.
The captain already had a yellow. Yeah, I think,
I don't know if he hadn't been on a yellow whether he would have got a straight red. So I don't know. It's one of those things.
It had to be a straight red because he got sent to VAR. Because they could only
As soon as it went to as soon as VAR got involved, they could only look for a red card in that particular. And as soon as
there must be at least one person, Surfer, in London that can go to Cucurella and braid that hair. You're telling me that he can't.
Why should he have to do that to his hair?
In In other sports, they view hair as an accessory of the uniform. Therefore, if you're doing something to like impede the uniform, if it's a foul or not, then it should be called. So, in my understanding of it, long hair, if you're pulling it, it's part of the uniform. If you're pulling part of the uniform, is it a foul? It depends on how hard you pull it, right? Because we see it's all kind of relative. And, like in American football, you're allowed to pull someone down by their hair because it's a part of their uniform. So it's just kind of, I don't know. It's a very gray area.
You're not supposed to pull.
I just think in this day and age where anything can be picked up and you're already on a yellow. He's captain, by the way. He's already on a yellow. Right?
It was.
Why
That's what I'm saying, bro. He just did a little.
No. But what I'm saying is,
just a little.
When we discuss VAR, it's not the system; it's whoever has a subjective opinion running the VAR at the time, right? Because we've seen other stuff that has been given in one match that wasn't given in another one. I don't know why people give the VAR any chance to get involved with that. Just take the free kick.
So Uncle Jester says that hair is not a part of the uniform in European football. So then it shouldn't be a foul, right? If it's not part of the uniform.
Yeah,
No,
but
it should be.
Because then what are you doing?
Is your head part of the uniform, or can I just boot you in the head and then it's fine?
Yeah,
Because it's not part of the
exactly.
uniform.
If I pull
His
Tom
feet
by
were
his
nowhere
ear
near
as
his
I'm
head.
running, like, isn't
What
that
if I
His feet were nowhere.
2-foot your knee? What if I 2-foot your knee? Is that a part
No,
of the
but it's
uniform?
different. I get what
But
Jacob's saying.
he did this with 2 fingers. Two
I didn't
fingers
look
is
at it.
different
I
than
didn't-
2 feet.
Yeah,
It's
like, I
like,
know.
how
they're
can-
different body
How
parts.
can that be a red, but the Van Dijk thing where he shouldered him in his chin, not a red?
Listen,
Come
I've seen
on.
people get elbowed in the face and there's nothing called. But a little, it was Cucurella sold the hell out of it. He's been doing a lot of
Hey.
acting for those beer
Hey.
commercials over the
Hey.
Euro tour. And so
Yeah.
he think that he's something. Bro, go back
He's
to the
just
red
sending
hair. He needs to
he's
braid that
sending a
thing up.
message. He's sending a message
I
for
get
Sunday
it.
in case your boy Romero comes back and starts doing the same
Yeah.
thing. So he's sending a message back. He's sending it back. Let's run it back.
I
Let's
think
run it
he
back.
needs
to-
to- I think he should be made to wear something to cover his hair. He has an
Why?
unfair advantage. So now I can get a red
Unfair?
card because you decided to have long hair, but then all the
Here's
players
an
that don't
idea.
Yeah,
have-
so if I wear it, that's a good point. If I wear it, yeah, this is a good law. Let's bring this to court now. So if my hair, let's say my hair's to my hips and I'm running and it's flowing and I'm looking like Rapunzel in the wind, and all of a sudden you're running, you're like, get the dots in my face, and now red card, you pulled my hair.
Yeah,
Is that what we're saying?
So,
No,
so,
we're saying
so
if you-
really,
we're saying
really,
if
should
two
Premier League
people are
team
standing
recruitment
next to each
strategy?
other, Yeah.
Should Premier
We're
League
saying
team's
if-
recruitment strategy be to buy people with long hair so they can
Yeah,
get more
that's
red
a
cards
good
to the opposition?
How curly is it? Do fingers get caught in there pretty easily? All right, yeah, we're gonna hire
You've
you.
got long
The,
hair. You tell
the
us.
football ability, doesn't matter. It's just how good your hair growth. What's your genetics like hair growth wise? Can you get a really good set?
I know
bit of hair
what
there?
Jacob's asking to institute the army style tactic of when you enter it, you get the hair shaved off as soon as you join a football club. You get the hair, all your hair gets shaved off as soon as you join, and it's just bald people all on the pitch. You can't tell
Do you know
one from
what?
the
No,
other.
let's be real.
I
let's
don't
be
want
real.
that,
It was
actually.
silly. It was silly from Stevens, wasn't it? Like they're in
Yeah.
the chat, they're right. Really, just don't pull it. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the way I see it. But look, Chelsea. Let's real talk. I actually do look at them at the moment and think they're playing really good football. I like what Enzo Fernandez is now doing now that he doesn't actually defend with Lavia and Caicedo there. Palmer's still doing his thing. They're scoring goals at the moment without, in my opinion, a world-class striker. Jadon Sancho getting into the mix now. Madueke a hell of a lot better. I think Madueke needed to play a bit better, if I'm honest with you. Change of goalkeeper yesterday as well, Andrew. I'll just keep him in because that Sanchez is a bozo. You know, he's eventually going to cost you points. Like, why are people not taking you seriously for a title race? Is it because of what happened last season and there's still like some kind of problems to brush off? Do you genuinely think that you could be there all the way? Like, talk to me, bro.
Hey, I think everyone has a right to say when they don't take us seriously at the moment in a title race because we haven't been in one for ages. These set of players, the manager, have never been in one. It's sort of like when you guys a couple of years ago, the first time you were in a title race a couple of years ago, where people really still didn't even like going up to like March weren't taking you, were still going, well, City are still going to do this, City are still going to come back, Arsenal aren't going to win, something like that. So I understand that because I don't care what any Chelsea fan says, even though it's hardened standards fan, don't even tell me you thought we'd be in a title race under Maresca or even discussed being in a title race under Maresca at the start of the season. But the longer we are spoken about being a title race, it is achieving the goal that was the main goal for Maresca, was to finish in the top 4. So the longer we are talked about in a title race and people still see us in it, that means our main objective is done. And I don't see why we can't be in the title. We are in a title race. I don't think we'll win it, because I just that they haven't got the experience of it. But whilst we're still there, we are mathematically in the title race. We're second, so we are in a title race. We're only 7 points of Liverpool. So I don't see why we cannot be in there. We've got, on paper, favourable fixtures up until we go away to Man City on January 25th. So,
and this weekend when Ange Postecoglou takes care of business.
No, I said I always count you as favourable every season because we own you.
What do you call their stadium? Winner. What do you call their stadium?
They got a bunch of childish nicknames, but what they're gonna call it tomorrow is ass whooping. That's what they're gonna call it tomorrow.
They call it the London Toilet Bowl because we always crap on them when we go there, so it's all good.
Yeah, and, how's your stadium? How many people can you even fit in there?
I don't know, but it fits a lot of trophies, so it's all good. So we will we will rock up there as we usually do. Listen, I expect to beat Tottenham always, because just the record we have over them. The way, like, it's not as big, but the way, like, City fans fret over Spurs sometimes, no matter how they're playing. Spurs just have got an inferiority complex with us.
Hey, Jacob, little bro, I need you to defeat little cousin on the weekend. So yeah.
You're asking to now. Hey, Hooks, if we were going away to Everton, you'd stand more chance. Seriously, if we were going away to Everton.
I'm just saying that little bro.
I don't know why you're trying to act like y'all have some kind of rivalry when y'all just ship players back and forth like it's a damn academy.
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Chelsea and Arsenal?
We don't buy off them. We don't
Wait,
buy off them.
what?
We sell them.
Hey, but you know what? But we feed everybody in London because we gave you the only manager that won you something in recent years. Well, one of the only things you won in recent years, and you gave us Sol Campbell, who double.
Lovely. Lovely. We're attending a history lesson today on football 12th man. Make sure you like and subscribe for fucking
before the history lesson,
historical references. Love that.
Come back though, Jacob. Come on. What are you gonna do? It's Bournemouth first, then Chelsea. You know what's gonna happen. You're gonna lose tonight.
They're playing Bournemouth. I forgot.
That's what's gonna happen.
I'll tell you this
about Bournemouth.
When it comes to trying to talk about Tottenham games or predict anything, whatever happens today, the opposite will happen on the weekend. That's my prediction.
You know you can't lose to Bournemouth, right? You just took Solanke from them. Like, if you lose,
I mean, maybe we draw to Bournemouth, then we win versus Chelsea. See, because if we win today, I'm a little scared that we're not going to win versus Chelsea. So I'm trying to work the pattern here. There's a secret combination that we're working with.
Not be that you lose to Bournemouth and then beat Chelsea because that's the Spursy way.
Facts, Tom.
That's kind of what might happen if we do lose. That's what I kind of think would happen. I don't see us losing today. However, Bournemouth are a very good side, very well managed. I think that from my perspective anyway, you got to win both. We got to start stringing some wins together if we're going to talk about anything. Right now, the margins are so fine. We're 3 points off top 4 before the yesterday's matches. I haven't even looked at the tables today, but we're 3 points off top 4 and also 3 points from 13th. So it's like we're right there in the middle. Though, Jacob, we're either going to be eaten by the sharks or swimming with the mermaids.
Do you admit though, right, that, and this isn't me coming for you because obviously I hate your club and you hate my club. Hooks does a good enough job at that, right? But you can't go on a run because of Ange. You know that?
Yeah,
that's not true.
Yeah, it is true, bro.
That's just not true.
This guy does not go on a run of games, brother. This guy literally.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. When does Tottenham win one, lose one? So yes, the inconsistencies he has taken fully on board as his responsibility, just like all the other I'm trying to refrain from cursing because this is a respectable channel, not like United Spurs of
What do you want,
America,
man?
where it's just
You curse on mine all
debauchery.
the time. Do you not respect my channel?
Staffy, when I go to your house, I'm gonna act different than when I go to Dan Potts' house. All right, it's just
And that's how you want,
we have a
brother.
different
That's how you want.
relationship.
Bigger
Jacob, I
respect.
tell you
Like
now,
he takes off
that's
his
how
shoes
you
at
want,
Dan
bro.
Potts' house, but in my house, he just walks all over the house.
Feet up. Where's my snacks? Yeah.
You come act how you want, my bro. Trust me. I love it. It's all love.
No, I do think though. You know,
think I'm
Ainge
talking-
has
you think I'm
some
talking sense?
answering
Come on.
to do.
Say it.
There's
Let's say it.
there's a few things that I think Ainge Postecoglou is absolutely getting incorrect lately, and that's the timing of his subs. I look at matches like Aston Villa. There was a substitute that was forced through injury that ended up helping us change the tide of the game. So it's like, how much of it does luck happen? How much of it is him saying, "Let me try and change the game"? I don't see a lot of that from his substitutions. I don't read into where his hands are or where his eyes are or his arms if they're flailing around in the air or if he's doing this. Because I saw plenty of managers do that while Ainge was whooping that ass. So all this flight attendant shit don't work. All right, that's just my opinion. And as a player, I've never liked it when a coach was micromanaging me, yelling at me while I'm trying to do the damn job. Shut up! You were talking to me all week about the job. That's the way I see it. That's the way Ainge sees it. We co-align on that issue. So as far as like the inconsistencies, I would look at these players inconsistently being up for it and then looking like they're better than it, because you're up for it versus somebody, then you're not versus Ipswich. Why is it? Oh, it's just Ipswich. When we play Qarabag, it took us a minute. Who's Qarabag? I can't even remember if it's Azerbaijan or Hungary, but they're the Man City of one of those countries, or the Real Madrid. I can't remember.
It's Azerbaijan.
It was Azerbaijan. There we go. So it was one of those things where it was like, it took 30, 40 minutes for us to really start looking like we were trying to do something. And to me, it's the constant that has been at this club is that weak mentality, the loser mindset from these players and from the hierarchy. And to a degree, managers have held that as well, but I don't see Ainge with that. And the problems that we've had have not been like isolated or new problems because Ainge is somehow doing something differently. Like, for me, these players have, this club has always kind of just made it like, oh, you made it. You did good job. You ran your race. Now you can sit down and put your feet up. And players sit here for 10 years and laugh at the fact that we don't win anything. I'm looking at Eric Dyer, but we tried to make him co-captain. And he's going out there with Harry Kane, laughing with Dave Portnoy about the fact we never win anything. Those losers, the leadership groups, the mentality of them, that we, like this club, sure, it feeds it and it helps like amalgamate that, but to a degree, these players got to be held responsible. Just because you're getting a nice little chunk of change doesn't mean you could be an absolute, I'm not going to say the word, but
Are you in danger? Are you in danger, Jacob, of dropping out this Big Six chat with Villa and Newcastle sitting there like wondering what's happening? No, but you say it like it's just obvious. When are they actually? When is your club actually going to be in its worst period and start winning? Because I've seen United in an absolute turmoil picking up FA Cups. I've seen Arsenal doing exactly the same. Liverpool, when I was growing up, were in turmoil, yet they still won Champions Leagues and domestic cups. Obviously, Chelsea have done their thing. When are Spurs going to actually do this?
Have any of our teams hosted Beyonce? Have any of our teams got an F1 track?
We don't have an F1 track. Yeah,
I don't know any of y'all clubs that have gone to Parliament. I don't know what the government situation is there in UK. I'm gonna say Parliament because it
Don't
sounds
talk to me
cool.
about the government.
Who other club has gone to Parliament and extended the legal amount of days that you can hold a public event? Tottenham, that's who. So when you talk about Big Six, I would say this. None of that is relevant when you're talking about money. I don't think it's right. I'm not saying I agree with it, but my point is it doesn't matter what I think. You're saying we're going to fall out of the top six. That is impossible because of how much money we make. They will never drop us out because of how much money we make. Now, I do agree from a fan's perspective, the last 22 years, you could say, has absolutely been frustrating because what have you really had or what's been there that you really, really look forward to? Or you could say, yeah, that's my greatest moment as a fan. Ajax away when we made it to a final, that's weird. That's weird for me. So it's like
a semi-final being the best moment.
Well, a semi-final comeback because we were getting our ass whooped and we needed 3 goals to win. and it was the away goals that helped us because they had the away goals at the time. So it's
basically,
like
you're the rich six, not the big six. You're the rich six. Is that what we're saying?
whatever you want to call it is semantics. I'll call it that because it doesn't bother me what they want to call it. I do agree, though. At some point, this is what see. This is my problem because whenever I became a fan, it was like they're not there yet, but look at Gareth Bale, man. That guy's pretty good. And then you sold him. Then it was like, okay, 15, 16. It was like, well, we're kind of close. We're doing all right. And then you kind of and then go to the Champions League final. And the whole time I'm like, we're almost there, baby. We're almost there. The card's just almost there. And then it's like I'm in this purgatory, this hamster wheel. Like it's just repeat, rinse, repeat. Jose, oh, we're getting to a final. Sack him. Ryan Mason. Oh. Here we go. Everyone wants Ainge sacked. And you know what I'm going to get is Ryan Mason. And I don't want Ryan Mason anymore. No more.
Jacob, you're not. Remember, you're being taken over by Jerry Jones.
Allegedly. It's a rumor.
I love that. There was no.
I used to work for Jerry Jones for the Jones family for 6 years.
But listen.
So
if Tottenham don't win, it's now really personal for you.
If Jerry Jones buys this club and I'm gonna be an ornament on the wall. I ain't gonna be alive anymore. I'm just gonna be here like this.
But
I don't know what I'm gonna even do with myself at that point.
So back to the game though. I think though, if you even to do your highlight against us, I think we're going to destroy you on Sunday.
I got the cherries to worry about today, Surfer.
I'll fight you. I'm just saying because you can't, unfortunately, due to your injuries and the way your squad's been built, you can't rotate like we did yesterday, unfortunately. And I laughed because I thought
if they still going to play Dragisin and Davies, is neither Romero or oh my god.
Well, I mean, as a big Romero fan, he's been a huge letdown this year. I look at Brighton's second half, the capitulation. I look at my captain, my so-called best players, and he was my top 2 best players at the club, and he's been playing like bang average. So it's really doesn't, bro. Ben Davies held Erling Haaland scoreless, and I know that is a little bit like pedantic because of City and like where they're at. But like, let me hold on to that, please. Ben Davies, the Welsh Wall. Come on, Erling Haaland. He's never scored against Ben Davies in his life.
Jacob,
you can hold on to that.
I'm holding on because Ben Davies. I need him to do the same thing against Evan Nilsson.
Yeah, but he probably won't, and that's the issue. It's like
your
players are very evidently now that they get up for the bigger games, the bigger occasions, and then these smaller games they can't get up to it. Let me ask you first: are you home or away today? Because I didn't even check.
Away. No, we're at the Vitality.
See, that's even worse, bro. I'll
be really... a nighttime game right on the coast. Your players aren't going to want to be there. They're going to be cold. They're going to be soaked. They're going to
hold down there. I've been there.
Is it the coast? Bournemouth is on the coast.
Yeah. Oh, it's as south coast as you can get. You could probably boot the ball into the
beach.
You could literally go to the shops or France. One of the things that's how, you know what I mean. Go to local shop or France.
You got a bunch of prima donnas who live in London. They live the London lavish life of a night, and now they got to spend their.
I do agree. They are prima donnas.
They're 9 o'clock on a Thursday night, freezing the tits off in some little 11,000 seater capacity stadium, which is effectively a tin can.
The fans right on them. The fans right on them.
No, we play Chelsea on the weekend. Bournemouth is today.
Yeah. I'm talking about today.
I was just making a joke because he said 11,000 in the stadium, and I was trying to take a jab.
Oh, were you away for the Chelsea game as well?
No, that's at our ground.
So then why would you only have 11,000 in your stadium?
I was just trying to talk shit on Chelsea, to be honest, and it didn't come out great. It's just 10 a.m. for me, so give me.
Tom, his only thing against me is stadium capacity. This is what it is. This is head-to-head.
You know, your car may have gone fast, but it hasn't lately, and it's rusty, so I'm gonna make fun of it.
Hey, look, your car might be fast, your car might win awards, but I've got a 7-seater, and you can only hold 4.
Yeah.
Mine's just a beautiful body, but there's no engine. So,
well,
Oh my god!
Look, man, I was
tonight could go
Deji.
bad. Tonight could go bad for Tottenham.
It
You know,
could
tonight
be
Ryan
really bad.
Giggle-
But then, hey, this is where my positive side kicks in. If it does go tits up versus the Cherries, guess what? Surfer, you're gonna have a bad day on Sunday. I'm tell you that much.
Jacob, you could win. Listen, you could lose 3-0 tonight, and I'm still confident we beat you because we just own you.
I don't care how you feel. I don't care.
No,
I do
care
as like a
about
friend, but like from this perspective,
about
no,
record.
I don't
You should
care
care,
what
but
you
it's very
think.
hurtful.
Oh, it's so
It's very hurtful
yeah.
what you just
This
said.
is the
I
thing.
mean,
This is the thing.
you know,
This is the thing,
it's like
Andrew.
you
I know
just-
how you've
like
historically
you
gone
said
at it. I
out
know
there.
the fucking history. I've been there. I've seen a lot of losses to this. Look, I know how good y'all are, and I know especially in this like the life that I've been living, Chelsea has been very good. And they've won things over us, beaten us to things, or just stepped on us on their way to different things. So I'm aware of the history. I know how you've treated our stadium even last year. But my point is, I have confidence that with the way that you play and the way that we play, that we're going to have a good game. I know that much. And when it's a good game, bro, you could flip a coin and we're either going to win that thing 4-2, 3-1 type of thing, or we're going to lose 2-1, 3-1. It's anything can happen. It's so unpredictable, and I don't like it. I'll be honest, I don't like it. But if we do lose today, I think it's a little bit less unpredictable.
I think if we played away like we played against Villa, obviously your team. You know, I you know, in terms of your team, I know
we played that way against Villa too. We dismantled.
But what I'm saying is, I'm just at the moment, it's just my confidence with this team because I think Maresca will change again for the Tottenham game. He'll change something he'll change again for the Tottenham game. He won't like Southampton. I gotta say,
this is where if Enzo does decide to sit in a low block, then that's where we will be.
Can I just on a side note? Can I just on Southampton? These guys were still playing the same way down to 10 men against us yesterday.
I hate that team, but Surfer. I can't wait for that team to get relegated. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every game I watch them.
Staffy, don't take out
no. I know what you're saying. You love Southampton. They've given you some of your best years because they sold you everyone.
And some of their best.
They give you Van Dijk. They give you Mane. They give you a lot of good players over there. What's it? I'm tired of seeing them every game gift the goal to someone, except when we played them. We had to save a penalty to go on the other side and score a set piece. Fuck these guys. This team should get relegated now. I think the league should continue with 19 teams because this team right now is giving 3 points. I swear, every game I see one goal where the goalkeeper, when everyone is in the box, tries to play at the back, they misplace the pass, and someone scores. I saw it yesterday. I was like, wait, is this a replay from last week? No, it's pretty sure new game.
See, Southampton, I'm pretty sure Tottenham dropped points to Southampton, and it wasn't Ange Postecoglou, by the way.
Don't pick on,
just throwing that out there.
Don't pick on. I can't remember who else they've got, and we played them last week. Mateus Fernandes. Don't pick on Jack Steve, although he's a bit of an idiot. Yeah. Don't pick on Jan Bednarek. Pick on the manager who thinks he's the new Vincent. Russell Martin thinks he's going to play all this nice tippy-tappy football with Southampton, and then fucking Barca are going to come in for him next summer, like how Bayern did with Company.
Do you know what was funny? Even more funny yesterday. Their third goalkeeper made the same mistakes their previous two made in different matches this season. All their goalkeepers keep making the same mistake. Dan,
if you're going to play that style of football,
that team,
would you not buy a goalkeeper who
team? They only got 11 points.
McCarthy, bro.
They've only got 5 so far. They've only got 5. I think they're going to get low teens. I really think they're going to get low teens in terms of points this season.
Could do. The way they play, man. Wow.
Honestly,
they
could have scored. Listen, they could have scored. Honestly, that game yesterday, our XG was, I don't really like XG, but someone said our XG was like 5.29. It's like the biggest since like 08, 09 or something like that. Honestly, I could have come here today, Dan, telling you, and you would have said, you legitimately should have said to me, Andrew, I can't believe you beat Southampton 12-2 yesterday. Honestly, that's what it should have been, the score. It should have been 12-2. Honestly, they are the worst team I've seen come up in years. Honestly, I don't. And do you know what? Southampton fans didn't start leaving. Southampton fans didn't start leaving until they were 4-1 down. In the second half, they stayed there. They stayed there after 3-1 down and after the red card. I was like going, what were you hoping for? Or like some type of fight back or something? Honestly, rubbish. But you know what?
Yeah.
We made them pay, and that was the whole point. And we rotated the squad. We didn't need to use Neto, Jackson, Lavia, Colwell, or anyone yesterday. Sancho got his first goal for the club. You can hold that, Staffy. And you know, it's
I don't have a problem.
I
It's
know,
not me, sir.
I'm messing with you, bro. You know I'm messing with you, bro. But yeah, we just roll on, and you know, I'm confident. I'm confident anyway when we play Spurs anyway, no matter what form they're in, that we can go there and do something. So
What
I think the
Do you
more
feel the big
confident that
stadium might
the
not affect
players
you?
are, I hope that they take that and they go into the game with it, because then they're going to get smacked upside the head. If y'all play us with respect, that's when we're going to struggle. It's the lower teams that respect us. They sit back and they say, do what you want to do. We'll hit you on the counter. And typically when that happens, teams find success versus us. And if even you want to find that middle ground, like, to me, there's been a huge problem with Tottenham versus number 10s this year. So Cole Palmer, if he's played in the 10 behind Nicholas Jackson, like, you're gonna find a lot of joy tomorrow, or this weekend.
and I think we're going to play Neto. I think we're going to play Neto against
because
you as well. So
when we played Villa, I was like, I've never heard of Morgan Rogers, and now I'm like, is that who? Is that Lionel Messi out there? Who is this guy? And then the same thing, Amari Hutchinson. I know he's not like I know who Amari Hutchinson is, but like, he was tearing us apart. And it's any guy that kind of has that free roam role where they can kind of drift into the central areas of our midfield, they're going to find a lot of spaces. And so if you give Cole Palmer that freedom, that's where I'm afraid.
And the size of your pitch as well. It actually is.
Do you have anyone
it
back
helps,
from injury yet?
it helps opposition teams. You know what I mean? Sometimes if they've got that 10, it's like it helps. It helps you lot. Listen. My respect. Listen, I know Maresca and the players will respect your team. I won't respect your team. That's just my history of your team, so I won't respect them.
To be fair, Sepper, you don't respect a lot of people, so that doesn't shock me.
Sepper has zero respect.
That's Jacob. Who's back in the squad? Because you had a few players missing obviously last game. Solanke was out ill. Do you have anyone back today? Because I generally don't know.
They said maybe Solanke. Yeah, I was listening to the press conference last night, and it said Solanke might be okay today.
What did he have, Jacob? Was it a virus?
Jed Spence is on the bench again, so it's like there's a couple.
Jed Spence, he's still at Tottenham.
The Spurs fans are losing it. How dare Ainge not play Spence? But 2 years ago, they were like, how dare they buy Spence for Conte? We're so washed. But now they're like, look at Bozo Ainge doesn't even play Spence.
Where did they want Spence to play?
Up front.
Left back.
Left back.
Left back, right wing, right back. They want him all over the place. Same thing with Pedro Porro. Like, play him in the right wing. Play him in left back. Bro, Spurs fans are lost. And so, like, it sucks. I'm part of a club where there's a bunch. I open the door and all I hear is wah, wah, wah. Weenie whiners, wah, wah. It's just galore because they're so starving. They're so thirsty. And, like, I get it. But, like, we don't have to become lunatics about it. We can still be rational human beings. And, again, any Spurs fan out there right now listening to this, it's like, I don't like Ainge's style of play. I think Sam Allardyce could set us up better. Ew. I hope you enjoy Ryan Mason. I hope you enjoy Ryan Mason when he comes to this club again. And he's always been here. He's never left. He's always here. And when the manager gets sacked because fans go wah, wah, guess what? You're going to get some Ryan Mason in your life. And you know what? You're going to get exactly what you deserve. Losses, no wins, ever.
I do hope you guys sack him. I'm tired of seeing you ahead of
I hope you sack it to get Ryan Mason just for your streams.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Maybe if they get to another Carabao Cup final.
If that happens, I think everyone should just group together and buy him a Ryan Mason Tottenham shirt from when he used to play for them, just so we can wear that every single game to support his
He can go to Hull City as far as I give a shit. He's more important to Hull City than he is to Tottenham.
He's been at your club for ages. He managed when Conte got sacked.
Okay, so I don't know how much time we have, but don't make me do this. Okay, so when you look at in history, when there's been corrupt governments, there's always some little dude who's there who's like, I'm part of you, but he's not, and they call that a mole. Ryan Mason is the mole. He got Jose sacked, he got Nuno sacked, he got Conte sacked, and we didn't even hire Conte in the summer because Conte's like, no, I don't want that stinky little mole in my coaching department. And they said, okay, fine, we'll hire Nuno. And then whenever Conte needed that $18 million paycheck, what did he do? He said, fine, give me the stinky mole. And then guess what? He got sacked. Well, we did something new. It's not because Ryan Mason knows that I'm on to him. So he's like, can we make it a dual-headed monster of Christian Stellini and me as a coach? And then Stellini got effed off 3-4 games later. And guess what? It was just Ryan Ryan Mason then. So
How
you know
powerful
what?
is this guy? He's still only a coach. I don't understand how
He
powerful-
is
don't
the
use his
mole.
power the right way.
He is the mole. He is everything that is wrong with this club. He is the Eric Dyer of coaches. I'm so done with this feet up, just give him a job forever type of thing. We finally sacked our physio, the head of our medical department, because I'm pretty sure he does witchcraft on players, and that's why they go missing. But I'm looking at Eric Lamella. I'm looking at Oliver Skip. I'm Giovanni Lo Celso. I go through the names, but they go in the physio. Oh yeah, it'll be 2 days, 3 days max. 5 weeks later, I don't know where he is. He may be here, he may not. And this is the problem with Spurs, because last year I found out Destiny Udogie had surgery, season-ending surgery, from his Instagram page. Well, this year they made sure that they at least said Vicario had surgery, but no one knew he was hurt. So, again, the mole is Ryan Mason. The reason why we are so bad is Ryan Mason. He's historically cursed us. He is the cursed sapphire from Peaky Blinders. He is everything that is wrong. So, yes, if you're a Spurs fan and you want Ainge out, you fucking deserve Ryan Mason in your life. I hope he comes over for dinner and he takes a shit in your toilet and doesn't flush. Done. I'm done.
That is an epic rant. Absolute epic rant. Superb. Wow, Ryan
Ryan
Mason.
On that point, on that note, we'll
Probably
see when
still
Ryan
the
Mason's in your
furthest
club,
thing I've ever
and
seen
you'll still
when
be
they
doing
sacked-
content for it.
When they sacked
No.
him and put Ryan
I will
Mason
be
in
the most villainous. If we sack Ainge, I will become a villain. I will be Harvey Dent? Is that a dude from Batman? Someone help me out here. The dude who's like, I'm a good guy. I'm trying to clean up Gotham, and then he got banged up by the criminals, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna burn it all down, and that's gonna be me if we sack Ainge. Because I've tried for so long to clean up Gotham, and Gotham is stinky Spurs fans. All these whiny, bitchy Spurs fans that have just been so sad and miserable in their lives. They wake up, nobody next to them, and they're like, "What did Ainge do today?" It's like, bro, get a life.
Oh man, they're enjoying this.
All this for Ryan Mason, the man who's got a 50% win rate as manager.
No,
in the
Ryan
Liverpool
Mason, bro, that's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I will lose my. I will be gone.
Breaking
I'm outta
news:
here.
Ryan Mason takes a Spurs job to the end of the season in like February or March or something.
Hey, let's all collectively here pray for a Bournemouth win today, because I would love to see, after everything Jacob just said, I would love to see Ainge get sacked just because they lost to Bournemouth. And then I see Jacob's villain arc, and he rebrands his channel from United Spurs of America to United Villain of America, or whatever the hell he's gonna name it. And then it just turns into a dark theme.
Ryan
All he
Mason
does
of America
is just shit
is what
on
I'm gonna turn
Spurs
it to.
every day until I don't know when. I'd love to see.
You know, if
it would
Bournemouth
actually
win
warm my
and Chelsea
heart.
win-
It actually warmed my heart if Ryan Mason got the job after Postecoglou got sacked, and then had an Ollie type run where he got the job full time. I think I might see a mental breakdown on YouTube.
That'd be great.
If you lose your next two, though, Jacob, like, do you think he could get sacked? Bournemouth and Chelsea else? What are you saying?
If we lose the next two, I could. If we lose versus Bournemouth and draw or win, I don't think if he loses today that he gets the sack, but I could see 2 Premier League losses in a row, him getting the sack, because he's been under duress. But there's also there's some rumblings from people in the club who are like invited to those PR fan forums that they do, and those people, the brown envelopes, are saying that Levy is more accepting at this point of where they're at, that he's more accepting of position in the league table in the respects of like building something with our actual squad. So if that's true, I mean, I hope it's true, because again, Ainge is the first manager since Poch that has started and finished a single season. So it's been a minute since we had that, and that happened last year. I would like to see, 2 years in a row we had the same manager. That'd be fantastic. And we can assess in the summer and see if we need to, because just maybe seeing out what you're doing. Like, it's like starting a very complex dinner and you're trying to cook it for your wife. Like, boo, it's your birthday. I'm trying to make you this flambéed, whatever, French word food. And you're about halfway through it and you're like, you know what? I don't think I'm doing this right. Screw this. Let's get McDonald's, which is Ryan Mason. And no, just cook the damn dish. Cook the damn dish. Sorry, Tom, what'd you say?
It's the aggressiveness you say Ryan Mason with. Can you not just like say
Dude,
name only?
I can't like just thinking of his face, thinking of him, his initials. I see his shirt and it says RM, and I'm just like, I get real upset. It's because, again, this guy, he's always there. It's like, I've used an extreme analogy before, but let's say like a boat, right? And he's not the captain, but he's part of the ship crew, like a flight attendant of a plane. And for whatever reason, every flight, every boat that this attendant is on sinks, goes down in a bloody massacre. But for some reason, the only survivor is this said person. Now, what am I supposed to think?
In that case, you're supposed to think he's a miracle worker, and he might as well just do the job on his own. If
he might be a witch. He might be a witch. Yeah,
he might be a witch.
No, he's a cockroach, right?
Maybe, like, you know what it is? He's worked under so many other managers. Maybe it's time for him to spread his wings.
Yes. Go, fly away, you stupid little bird.
Not go. You know, like in the animal kingdom, there's some like animals that have like you have the alpha of the pack, and then he goes off and does his own thing, and a new one comes in. Maybe it's time for Ryan Mason to be Tottenham's alpha of the pack.
Bro, so in the Lion Kingdom, I'm a huge animal guy. So in the Lion Kingdom, what happens is he doesn't just leave. He's not just like, you know what, I've done my bit here. It's a younger, more hungry lion overthrows him. So if Ryan Mason is this alleged hungry lion, he gets overthrown, then he's like, okay, I'm fine going back to being not the alpha, but then I'll be the alpha, but then I'll go back to not being the alpha again, and then I'll be that. No, like that's not. And let's go back to birds. You know what birds do? They hatch their little hatchling, they feed them a little bit, and then they kick them out of the nest. They get the hell out of here. Now fly or die, and that's how I feel about Ryan. Fly away. Or just go away. Go to Port Vale. Go to Plymouth. I know they're struggling real hard. Go somewhere. But no, he's the Eric Dyer. He doesn't want to go challenge himself somewhere. Why would he? When he's got a fancy office and one of the best training facilities in the country.
Yeah, but he's probably lovely to have around the training ground. I bet you all the lads get on with him.
Yeah, so is Betsy Lou and the fucking secretary. But that doesn't mean I want him in my coaching office.
He knows the club, though, Jacob. He knows the club.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know the club. You want me running around there making decisions? No one wants me running around making decisions.
I do,
like,
actually.
No. I'd do better than Brian Mason because I would say, fire me, somebody, please. Stop giving me a contract renewal. I've done nothing. I'm the set piece coach, and you know what? We had to bring a new guy in to fix the set pieces.
Yeah, maybe you sit in the wrong line.
What does he do?
No, but it's like he's been put in the wrong job role. So, like, he might be a manager, but you shoehorn him in the wrong places. Let him find his
this is never going to work. I see why Sam was always talking about you, because I see what you're doing. There's maybe this, maybe that. No, it's a fine now. And he also said if Ainge gets sacked, when Ainge gets sacked, if they appoint Ryan Mason for the remainder of the season, it's not an if. It is a foregone conclusion. I know how it's going to go. I've seen this book. I've seen this movie. I've read this book. I know how it goes. So to me, I'm not... Sacking Ainge does nothing. Whether you think his tactics and his substitutions and all, and he has his hands in his pockets, for Christ's sake, if all that's a problem for you, like, is Ryan Mason better? Ryan Mason's going to put his hands in his pockets at some point.
We don't know.
We do know.
Maybe
he has managed Tottenham as our manager, and he's failed.
I mean, I don't want to, try and point to Ryan Mason has made more cup finals. He has made more cup finals than Ange at Tottenham.
And how do you know? How do you know he doesn't make fantastic teas or coffees for all the managers that are there? How do you not know that? Huh? How do you not know? How do you not know that?
This is where we're at, man.
He's the most eager coffee fetcher from the coaching office. Like, hey, who's gonna go get his coffee? Ryan's like, me. Like, gotta keep him around. He's real.
You know he's not the best at putting the cone down for the drill. So when like Ange needs to steal, Ryan doesn't know exactly
there was. There was actually something I want to point out. The last thing I want to say on Ryan Mason, I hopefully never have to say his name again in my life, but I know I will.
No, Dan's going to have.
There was an instance where
heated Ryan Mason debate in the
100%, bro.
Don't even put Ryan Mason in my. Don't use my face, please. When associated with Ryan Mason.
I think the best thing
So
you could do.
there's
Sam,
this coaching clip.
Is put Jacob's face on the Ryan Mason tracksuit with the RM on it because that seems to really get him earlier. The Ryan Mason.
I
tracksuit.
just
that.
all
Oh,
of
I
it,
just
all
thought
of it. Because
Jacob-
Real Madrid, I'm gonna be
Jacob-
honest, they steal our
Jacob,
players.
just-
They always want what's ours.
Jacob, I'm going to contact Velversran just to give him some hints about his next video and just include Ryan Mason in it for you if you lose the next 2 games. That's all. Just to
Lovely.
include that.
I love
you'll
that.
enjoy that.
Well,
yeah.
speaking of video with Ryan Mason, there was a coaching video I saw with him, and there was a game where Brennan Johnson comes on, and there's nobody on him, and he's driving on the ball with the ball on the right hand side, and he's not even looking up, and he just crosses it into the box, and everyone's like, "Why did he do it? What? How stupid of a footballer are you?" And then 2 days later, people go back to the training videos from the week prior, and there's Ryan Mason.
Yeah, they credit Ryan Mason
and
for
his beautiful, beautiful. He quote unquote. I'm verbatim going to quote this guy. When you get the ball here, don't even look up. Your man's going to be there. Just know he's going to be there. Don't even look. Just swing it in. And that's exactly what Brennan Johnson did. So we are failing players by having this man employed. He's like, don't even look. Don't even give a shit if there's a dude on you or not, which there wasn't. Just cross the ball. Don't even look where you want to cross it. Don't even just swing it in there. What kind of a manager,
he's trying to
coach?
Trying to let them enjoy the game, play on instinct, play with a smile on the face, not stress out about I need him to be there, I need him to be there. He just wants them to enjoy the football because that's what's about at the end of the day. To sport, we play football because we love it and we have fun with it. That's what Ryan's trying to do.
Yeah.
Not make it this
One of those.
with him.
I did not expect a Ryan Mason rant today. I really did not expect this.
You know how many times Mo Salah just blindly crosses into the box? I don't think I've ever seen that. So I don't know what winger is like, you know what? I'm just not going to look. Peekaboo. Ha! Who's going to get it? No one knows. No, it's weird.
If he does do that this season, Liverpool score, I'm crediting Ryan Mason.
It's his influence.
But like I played keeper for 20 years, so I'm not privy to all the attacking tactics and drills that they run. Has anyone ever been coached to do that? Do you know anyone? Have you ever heard a clip of any coach being like, "Don't look up, just swing it in there"?
Well, maybe Ryan Mason's the revolutionary then. You know, like Pep was seen as insane when he brought in his system. Maybe Ryan Mason's trying to do that as well. He's seen as insane for telling his attackers to cross it without looking. Maybe it's the way forward. Maybe if you're not looking, the defenders don't know where you're going to put it. They can't read your eyes that way. Maybe Ryan Mason is the next Pep Guardiola, but your club are just not letting him figure that out yet. They're just holding him back. They're limiting him. And he wants to do it for his club, his boys, Tottenham, his team. And you're limiting him by having Big Ange and Conte.
Yeah.
He's the Oliver Skip of managers.
And what Pep did with Messi and the youth team, he's doing it now with Brennan Johnson. So when he does take over,
he's molding Brennan Johnson into this.
Become your Messi, bro.
Can you imagine?
Did we all forget in the run of games Brennan Johnson had earlier this season where he scored in every one? we can't ignore that influence of Ryan Mason there.
he did score versus Fulham as well, I think. Timo Werner got the assist, so very proud of them.
And Timo Werner does never look at the ball because he has no idea what's going on. So the cross without looking,
but he looks up. Ryan Mason was probably pissed when he got that assist because if you watch it, he looks up. He's like, "Oh, there's the guy. There's Brennan Johnson. I'm going to go far post." And he did, and he pulled it off successfully. And Ryan Mason was fuming. He was, "That's not how I coached it. I said, don't look. We play peekaboo cross. Who's there? I'm going to cross you the ball." Do you know if it's going to you? Probably not.
Jacob, I want you to start accepting a new term in football that you're going to have to accept. Ryan Mason ball. I want you to accept that I want you to accept that going forward.
I'll tell you what, bro. Mexico's not very far away from me. Viva la Mexico. No habla inglés. No sabes? Órale. I'm never coming back. I'm going to Mexico.
You know what? Someone said this earlier, by the way. If Ricardo Calafiori did Movember,
I think I'm a just an average looking dude with hair, and he is a professional athlete with hair. So the hair's there. We both have hair.
Yeah, man. Listen, I did see it in the chat earlier. It made me laugh. But listen, man, that was a fun show with a mad ending that I did not expect. But we're here for it. I'm here for it. Big up to all of you. Big up to Staffy. You had to drop off. Make sure you go follow Staffy TV. Make sure you go follow Halftime Hooks as well. Make sure you're following Tom Little on all socials platforms and YouTube. Make sure you're also following Winter Surfer as well. And of course, Jacob, shout out your stuff, man. How can people follow you? A lot of people in the chat going, how do I follow this crazy Tottenham dude? So how do people follow you, bro?
I don't know if you want to or you should, but you can find me at United Spurs of America. I can't do a watch along today because I got the kids until wife's done with work. But I'll go live after the match at some point, talking about whatever we may find today. And it's like we're like Forrest Gump, the box of chocolates. Hey, this one may be filled with nougat, for all I know, or coconut. and I fucking hate chocolate and coconut. So hopefully, we do anything that resembles a team that has an idea, an identity, and a philosophy. If we do that, we're going to win. All I've asked for is 15% efficiency. Wait, you asked me to shout out my show. Sorry. What was I? I was just starting to ramble about Tottenham again. 15% efficiency in the final third. Ainge tactics will win you every fucking game. Bottom line. If we are 15 to 20% effective with our chances, we're second place right now above Chelsea. So, but who's 4-1 Tottenham. Come on.
Wow. I'm
going to go 3-1. Modest 3-1. Dom Bomb with a brace if he plays.
I'm going 2-1 Bournemouth. Tom?
It could be.
Depends how much influence Ryan Mason's allowed to have on the game. If he's not allowed to have a proper coaching influence, it'll probably be a Bournemouth win, to be honest.
So we need set pieces, is what you're saying, so we can get the real.
Yeah. We talk about Arsenal's corners, all that. Maybe Ryan Mason's corners are the way to go. Forget about this Nico Yova fella. Let Ryan get on the touchline.
Yeah, you're talking about Arsenal set pieces. Wait till you see Ryan Mason's.
I think you'll be 2-0 down at halftime, and then Ryan Mason will give the halftime tea talk, and then you'll salvage a 2-2 draw. So 2-2. I'll go 2-2 tonight.
2-2. Love it, man. Well, listen, check that out. We've got Fulham Brighton first, I think, and then it's obviously Bournemouth Spurs. So then we go to the weekend. That'll be a good game, Fulham Brighton. I think there'll be goals in that one for sure. So let's see what we get. Big up to all of you. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe as well. Stay tuned. It's going to send you over to Terry at the Terrace, who's doing Top 6 show at the moment. So please make sure you go show some love over there. Make sure you follow all of these guys, and we'll see you next time, people. Take it easy. We're out of here.